Welcome back. Lawmakers are considering changes to Kentucky's SNAP program. Senate Bill 257 would make it so households with zero net income or who have an able-bodied adult without dependents would have to certify their income every 4 months. Lawmakers say they want to lower Kentucky's error rate before the state could face federal fines in 2028. Supporters say the changes will help prevent improper payments and ensure benefits are only paid to people who qualify.
And income is the leading source of errors nationally, including in Kentucky. So having frequent and more formal eligibility reviews for these households, a very targeted select group of households, will help identify those changes, again, before they are caught in a payment error rate audit, protecting the state from these over $100 million in penalties.
Critics argue more frequent income checks could snowball into a paperwork hurdle. They say it would increase the possibility eligible families lose benefits because of processing delays or missing documents.
For households already navigating unstable disability payments and financial uncertainty, even a small disruption can quickly turn into serious, irreversible hardship. Kentucky has currently maintained an error rate below 6%, given the most recent data, meaning that our state is not subject to cover additional program costs at this time.
A Senate committee hasn't voted on that bill yet. Lawmakers say they want more information before they make a decision.